It is 4:30 in the morning and I am once again being a weirdo. And I am up to see what's going on. Because we had a storm roll through last night and there's lots of power outages. My house is still on. So I'm going to take the electric scooter out because I can get around places faster than the car and record better. And my car right now is being a piece of crap. So we're going to head out here and see how bad the power is out. It's currently 4:30, so it's still going to be dark for a few more hours, so we'll have a good chance to see what's going down. So here you can see power's still on where I'm fed from, but looking all up here, it's all dark. So you can see this way power's still on. Forward it's out, which I have the green light, so I better go here. So it's on down there. That's the line that crossed us 90 degrees here is still on. But this road that I'm continuing up, this one is off. Down here we have an elementary school, which I expect most of the emergency lighting to be dead. Mind you, back in the day, I used to work on it, and I'm pretty good, so, you know, it could last still. Over here, we have the City Hall lit up in Christmas lights, which does have a generator. Why don't we go down there and check that out? All right, I'm at the back side of the City Hall here, where we have this Kohler generator. I'm actually not sure if that's a transfer switch, if they've got a transfer switch on the outside of the building. It's 125. The service here looks to be 12208, so 12208 generator, we can assume. Biggest generator I've seen like in person, or like actually had anything to do with, was a 500 kW at 12208. That was backing up an entire building. So I think we'll head across the way here and look at the elementary school. From what I can tell, this is about all that's on here. Not much. Just one outdoor emergency light. These guys will go for pretty long. I think I've seen these go for like 7 hours before. So currently, we're just past 4:30. I think it went out around 12:25, 12:30. So we're about 4 hours in. It's pretty good run time. For the occupancy type of this building, it only needs to go for 30 minutes. I can hear the fire alarm is in trouble. And yeah, not really any other emergency lighting to see down here. So I guess I'll see where I can head next. Thinking my old high school is probably also out, and that has a generator, so we can take a look at that. All right, down here is my old high school. And this building does have a 347 600 volt generator backing up the life safety and critical equipment. You can see on the field house building here, there is a emergency light still working. I've got some battery emergency lighting on the portables still working. I can hear the fire alarm system in trouble. Here's a school over here. Take a look in the front entrance. I never went to the front entrance. But you can see the generator's keeping lighting going in stairwells. Should be kept at 100%, I believe. Hallways are about 50% illuminated. Hallways and corridors, entryways, and areas of gathering, or there's a word for this. Gymnasiums and large spaces of occupancy have generator power. Here at the back where the generator is, back of the school, we can hear the generators running, diesel generator. Wind's definitely died down since earlier. It is still pretty windy though. So anyways, other than listening to a generator running, not a lot to see down here. Everything seems to be working. Generator's still got fuel. I have a video on what happens when it runs out of fuel. That one was pretty interesting. Traffic lights you can see are out down here. So I will try and navigate this without getting hit because people don't know how to use traffic lights when they're out. It's just a four-way stop. That's all it becomes. Here there is a generator running, natural gas generator running for the liquor store. Construction fence has fallen down. I think it's very funny. I've mentioned this before that nothing really has generator power down here, but the liquor store does. Priorities, man. Nobody wants warm beer. I can get behind that. But here we got a grocery store. Some dude was giving me weird looks at the grocery store, so I left. Power's out. Down here, this place seems to have some sort of integrated emergency fixtures. I don't think there's a generator, but these lights are still on and they don't look like emergency lights. Don't worry, I'll take a look. This traffic light seems to be still going. That's it's on power. We're a little confused because there's stuff on down there. One of those buildings is the pump station, so that would have generator. So that makes sense. That building's construction site, so it could be entirely on generator. Who knows? That out there, that is a ship. And yeah, these are still on. These are pretty good. They're still sensing me and going brighter. So these obviously have some battery backup or secondary supply to them. The exit sign's out though. All the exit signs are out. Anyway, that's what's up here. Here I am above the high school. Might be able to hear the generator running. It's starting to rain again. It's getting really cold. I didn't dress all that well. So I'm gonna make my way home. Okay, it's a long time later. It's now 4:30 p.m. I went back home, went back to bed, I should say. And when I woke up, the power was back on in that area where my old high school was. There was another area where another person in my family lives that was out until like 3:30 p.m. today, but that's all back on. I would have continued this video. It's probably ended up way too short, but I've been dealing with my piece of crap car. I replaced the power steering pump last weekend because it was making bad noises. And then I put a new one in, and then bad noises got worse. I've tried bleeding the system. Can't seem to get air to stop. It's got new fluid in it. I sucked all the old fluid out of the reservoir, so the only old fluid left is what was in the lines. I put the new power steering pump is a brand new pump. Put new Honda power steering fluid in it. It's still making horrible noises. Replaced the seals in the return and the high pressure hydraulic line. Doesn't fix it. I'm getting so tired of working on this car. Like, I'm telling you, every weekend I feel like I'm doing something with this car. In the past year, I've replaced timing belt. Well, I mean, that wasn't bad. That was just a precautionary, preemptive replacement because you don't want that to fail. So I've replaced timing belt, replaced front CV axle, replaced both front lower control arms. Last year was the water pump. Now I've replaced the power steering pump. And I've got 285,000 kilometers on it. And I've seen these pilots go for a lot longer than that. I've seen these like up to 520. I just saw one the other day, someone selling it on Marketplace, 520,000 kilometers on it. So I don't like,
if I can just get this pump to deal with. I'm sure this thing's got lots of life left in it. This power steering pump is just driving me insane. Like, it still works, it just makes bad noises here. It just whines and groans, and there, I'll give it some gas. And it's filled properly with fluid. It's got the right amount. I've checked for, it's not leaking out. I thought maybe it was sucking air in, so I've replaced all the seals on the return and feed. Like I said, this thing's pissing me off. This is why this video was terrible today. So it's gonna go back out, but I'm trying to deal with this stupid car. I don't like listening to that annoying power steering pump, because I've got a every work day I'm driving 110 kilometers each day. It's a long time listening to that thing. By the way, my power never ended up going out. I don't know what else I can do about this stupid pump. I've done everything by the book as far as bleeding it and stuff. Like, I lifted it off the ground. I was going lock to lock probably 20 times without the engine running, without the pump running. Done that with it running. I've probably gone hard lock to lock over 100 times now trying to bleed this damn thing. My driveway's got so many marks in it from sitting there steering back and forth. I don't know, I'm tired of this car. It's making me mad. I'm tired of working on this thing. I would have done the monthly testing video today, but dealing with this car. And I had to go out deal with a side job. There was an old Commander panel, which they don't make anymore. And these people, she was missing heat in the house. They had no heat. So the issue is those old Commander panels are bolt-on breakers. They're not push-on. Like what you usually see in residential, they're like the commercial panels, bolt-on breakers. And one leg of the 122/40 was obviously not making connection. That's why they had no heat, because the bolt-on breaker hadn't been tightened properly. Almost nothing in that panel was tight enough. I retorqued everything, but that bolt-on breaker, that bolt wasn't tight, and I could hear it when I started opening the panel. I could hear it arcing, so I had the panel shut off. It was a sub-panel. And there was lots of, you could see heat discoloration on the breaker, so I took the breaker out, and I used a wire wheel brush on a drill, cleaned up the bolt-on contact, and moved it down a notch in the bus bar, because there was more breaker room below it, so I just moved it down to that non-heat discolored damaged part of the bus. And anyways, that works now. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Sorry for this not being the most ideal video. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. If you had any comments or questions, feel free to leave those down below. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.